5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're live with Neve.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. It is 1 o'clock. Here we are, high in Highlands, New Jersey, broadcasting from the site where Marconi sent the first radio signal across the world, changing history. We are high in the Highlands, having a great time. We've got just a little pop-up show. Our friend Ira, friend Julie, and producer is lurking in the shadows. Thank you, Julie. I appreciate that. Just for a little bit. We'll probably half hour today. We've got a great show tomorrow. We have a cat from down in Nashville region. He is excellent. He's highly recommended by Toby. Hey, Toby, how you doing, baby? What's happening? Yeah, we have your buddy on tomorrow. We've got Taylor Mansfield, and he's just one hell of a player, is all I've got to say. And it's funny because I can tell he's a musician not only from his playing, but from his sleeping habits. Usually I find him up at about 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. He sends me a, hey, what's happening? Oh, great. So today, Toby's posting that at 11 Pacific Daylight Time, there will be Andreas Helkvist, one of our regulars that we just love to death. And there you go. Thanks, Toby, for letting us know. I know where I'll be. I enjoyed his little thing he did yesterday or the day before his rehearsals. His singer he's got is just bloody amazing. And I have to say, check out Andreas. He really has an excellent, his band is killer. He's a remarkable keyboard player. And that's all I'm going to say about that. You should check him out. Today at 5 o'clock, we've got Jim Masters with LJ, Lawrence Juber, who's also Paul McCartney's former guitar player. And since that time, he's just made an incredible career for himself. He's been on the show, and if you'd like, check out our past issue. And who knows, it's about coming time that we get another LJ fix here live with Neve. And last, Toby's got one of my personal favorites and another guest from our show, Billy Hulting's live at 0 beats per minute. Just kicks ass. And hell, anytime I get a chance to listen, I frequently have to listen to a lot of these shows after the fact just because I'm busy and there's only so many places you can be at the same time, media-wise. So let's, Irish is 20 minutes out. Let's go ahead and bring on Julie from Florida, from Tampa, my associate, my producer, and co-host. Look at that smile. Good afternoon. How are you, Jules?
Good afternoon. I am fine. How are you?
I'm excellent. I'm using new earbuds while we're talking, and I don't know if anybody can notice the difference, but these are Bluetooth, and I'm kind of digging it. I bought them so when I'm sitting here sampling keyboard sounds, I don't drive my long-suffering girlfriend out of her mind.
Nice.
She's sitting here trying to watch a movie, and I'm in the back. You've experienced my effect on people, my sense. I was sitting here in the middle of some goofy movie we were watching. I have like this incredible synth, sounds like the THX logo, and it goes from every frequency from the lowest to the loudest. It just sounds fucking amazing in my headphones. But when I don't have them on and I'm sitting here on the couch while she's trying to watch something and actually pay attention, which I'm terrible at, as you know, I have the attention span of a sand flea. But that said, I'll turn on. I have enough of attention span to go through and catalog synth sounds I might use. Which usually happens is I go
Yeah.
through all these keyboards you buy, and I just X out all the ones that suck. So I have like this. It takes time to do though, like the Mini Moog application. One of these days, guys, we're just going to have a talk about apps and music apps. I don't know, Julie, when you were here, did you see I have a MIDI guitar type device, the
Yes, I did
guitar
see that.
jam or whatever the hell they call jam stick? That's it.
The jam stick,
They have a
yeah.
bigger one out. It's old, but it's pretty cool for certain sounds. I like it because I can do percussion runs like on a marimba with my hands. Hey,
Great.
Rick, we're glad you're here, buddy. It's good to see you. Irish is 20 minutes out. Toby's here. The gang's all here. I am
Most of
missing a
us.
few regulars, but you never know what's going on. People have all kinds of craziness going on in their life, and I guess today we're today's kind of an open thing. We're on. It's going to be kind of
I thought we were talking
ask
about
us any.
sex, baby.
Oh, we're definitely going to be talking about sex. I'm getting there. I know it takes a while. Look, we
Hi,
got Martin
Rick.
McNeil, Toby. How am I going to watch all of these guys today? I will just tell anybody out there. It's a friend of mine. Keep an eye on Toby Simmons' page. Friend her only if you're friendable. And my friends, you know who you are. If you're a cretin, do not call Toby. Okay. If you got a shitty band, don't call Toby. If you got something really hot, call Toby. If you want to see something really hot, call Toby Simmons. She's got the West Coast down. She's our gal in LA, and we love her to death. She does a lot for a lot of bands. So all I can say is support her in her endeavors. She's remarkably valuable to me and our company. So, yeah, Rick, sex and food, those always go along well. We can also do sexual euphemisms for 10 points. We can come up with some various phrases that we have out there. There's all kinds of ways to talk about sex, getting down, doing
Well,
the dirty.
why talk about it when you can just do it?
Well,
Isn't that
I'm
the
a
point?
student of the English language, and after all, I think that sex is one of the most funny things in our life. I mean, sex is hysterical. In many areas, I can talk about what we're driven to get it sometimes. Some of the less than honest things people say to get it on both sides. I used to think women had none of these impure thoughts like a lot of us guys do, but I've known women a fair share in my life, and I think I understand them pretty well. And most of them are just as bad as us guys. A lot of them are. Everybody likes,
Mm-hmm.
sex.
Mm-hmm.
And Rick's telling us that he doesn't eat anything he can't put salt and pepper on. Well, I'm sorry, you're missing a world of great things. I agree with you too, Toby. You know, the art of seduction is lost. Today it's Tinder. Swipe, swipe, swipe. I like that finger right there. Swipe, swipe. At any rate, I can do all kinds of magic tricks with my fingers. Some we'll discuss here, and some you'll just have to use your imagination. But yeah, I think it's interesting because there's so many terms for sex these days, and one of them, it's just like I don't know, the way people go about getting it has changed so much. Taking someone out for a nice dinner, it's in vogue. Listen, I have nothing wrong with Netflix and chill, but I don't know, just meeting somebody a different pickup every night. Look, I've been in a band. I've seen all kinds of ladies, and I don't know, entertained a few in my day. But now that I've become a holistic monk, I don't have to do any of that stuff.
No, really. Okay. Keep us
Oh yeah,
posted
it's
on
my
that.
newest thing. I'm going to do the ganja thing or whatever it is, where they sit around. They probably just sit around and think about not getting laid again and wonder why they're doing it. That's just my 2 cents. So you're out there. Please, I have a couple of questions before we come back. We have about 6 minutes, but I want you to think about these things. What is the dumbest come on you've ever had? Like the dumbest, most awkward. And I'm not talking about when you're 14 and a guy like me is trying to hook a bra strap with my thumb and it's failing miserably, and you're like, you're back there fumbling around. The poor chick's just like, do I have to do this shit for you? It's like that point. It's like, no. But seriously, I'm talking about like Has anybody just made the clumsiest, most fucked up pass at you in a wrong or inappropriate place? I've had
Oh God,
several
all the
episodes of
time.
that.
Of course, all the time. Every time
I
somebody thinks
mean,
they've got their their Mac on and they're gonna go and yeah baby, and then it's all like, huh?
what's the name of my new town girl who wants to have my baby? Is it Leah?
Yeah.
Well, all I can tell her is, that stuff's expensive, real expensive.
What stuff is
And
that?
my magical seed, I'm like
Okay.
Johnny Appleseed, that shit don't go
So
free.
you get paid for it. Is that
Well,
what you're
here's the
saying?
deal. No, no, I don't even want to go there.
Are you
The amount
sure?
of money to actually have the physical interaction, I don't think that's going to happen in some cases, but you never know. Everybody's got a price. And
Okay.
another thing I would have is, how many of you ever had an indecent proposal? Jules,
I
have
don't
you
know
had any indecent proposal?
what constitutes an indecent proposal.
That really depends on what you think.
So it's completely subjective.
It is subjective because everybody, look, there's 67 flavors of sexual genders at last count that I heard. So I'm confused about up to the first dozen. I kind of glaze my eyes over, and like one of them, a sapiosexual. That's just a fancy word for saying I don't like to fuck dumb people. I've never been attracted to a fucking stupid woman. I lie. I lied. Actually, it happened when I was younger, but that was when physical attributes are more important than the mind. As I've gotten older and my taste's gotten a little more selective, and I think everybody's like that. Dr. Stephanie, oh man, Rick, thank you for bringing up her. And yes, Toby, that is the tweaker. She's the tweaker. You want to meet her. Now, you want to tweak her who you beat her. I don't know. That's a false rhyme,
What?
so we can't work with that.
God, that was okay. It was a good attempt, though. Very good
Pam
attempt.
Ryan, you jumped in at a bizarre moment. Pam, we're talking sexual euphemisms for, getting down or whatever you prefer to call it.
Get down, get
During the break,
down.
get
Sorry.
down, get down.
Get
Can you
down.
dig it?
Oh.
Can you dig it?
Sorry.
I love it. We're going to go full steam. Dr. Stephanie, she was an interesting case. She's a lovely woman, a nice bunch of people, I would say. She really, that girl's got more personalities than I've got guns. No, I'm kidding. I don't even have any guns. Snare drums, useful. I have a lot of guns, and Steph just seemed to be a lady of many states of mind. And we wanted to have a show with her, and I assumed I really didn't check her credentials. Actually, I have a friend of mine who did it, who I won't name, but he knows who he is, and we looked into her credentials, and all I could say is they were not what we'd hoped for. And I haven't seen any trace of her lately, but you never know. She is a relationship expert, despite having been divorced for the past 20 years. Um, she's a relationship expert, which qualifies me because I've had 2 divorces, so I'm twice as learned as she is in the field and art of letting go and going through a hellish divorce that you'd rather have all of your teeth ripped out and replaced
Oh
with caps.
God. Nice.
Yeah, it's fun. But any rate, let's talk about people with shitty come-ons. Talk about
Well,
weird people, and
we've actually
we got 1 minute, Julie. So remember, guys, you got to make it last longer than a minute. You just got to do it.
you just gotta do it.
I'm Keith.
I'm Judy, and our company is Gone Country, and we design and produce our own really unique and fun cowboy hats. Keith and I have tried to create a business that's different by focusing on what's important to the customers. Our quality is so good that we offer a lifetime warranty on everything we sell. At the end of the day, if our customers are happy, we're happy. Check us out at GoneCountryHats.com.
Take a look at the sponsored artists and Gone Country Hats at GoneCountryHats.com to find your favorite artist's hat, like Juke Johnson, Sam Rourke, Neil, Jules, and more.
Hi, this is Leland Sklar, and I am hanging with Neve, and I am having the best time of my life.
Live with Neve Fridays on the East Coast from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Hi, everybody. I'm here, Neve, aka Dr. Happy, PhD, MS, BS, MS, PhD. Means bullshit, more shit, piled higher and deeper. I'm looking through the comments here, and Toby's comes to mind. I won't name the guest because we love her, and she is a great, fun friend of mine. And who knows? Hey, Sue. Good morning. How about you and Pete? I hope you're doing well. So, as I started looking at various comments, I'm looking at one here in particular. Well, one comment. Let's see. Somebody is waiting for smell-o-vision, but I like Kim's quote here. Kim, we love you, and gum it and chew it. It's the way to do it, baby. At any rate, now that we're descending truly into the gutter, let's see some of these other comments. Well, that Toby, we'll just talk about our friend. She is in Florida presently, spreading cheer and joy and crotch shots to all. We like her and hope to have her back. There's Detain. Let's see what Susan's talking about. Sue, elaborate in your comments on. I've never heard of a project called Detain. That's usually something that happens if the police see me in my car. Um, so, can you elaborate a little bit on it and tell us what it did? To make you last more than a minute, man, those women have some seriously low expectations. That's like 12-year-old boy level. Um, any of the other ladies want to chime in on any? Let's have horrible Viagra stories from a woman's point of view. Anybody out there experienced a guy who's like done too much Viagra and seeing blue, or just is grinding away like he's grinding a stump and doesn't have any idea what he's doing? He's just banging the hell out of it. It's one of these guys who watches too much porn. Any rate, we're looking for tales of misery, love, success, dating tips. Julie, do you have any dating tips?
No, you're a plethora of information. This is a great topic for you.
Really?
Yeah, you're a plethora of information.
Well, I try. I do my
Stories.
homework.
Well, see, there you go.
I'm doing my homework. I'm working hard just for our viewers. I mean,
yeah,
all the
you're
money I'm
working
paid.
hard.
Oh, wow.
So
Rick,
why don't you go ahead and keep sharing with us and about your experiences?
Oh, my experiences are pretty mundane. Just the usual 3 Great Danes and a hot chick, 3 dwarves. We get it on here at Castle Van Urry.
Wow, so
The neighbors complain about the weird screams and sounds and people coming and going at night. They don't know what the hell is going on. It could be anything from a fucking Amway meeting to the Devil's Five plotting the overthrow of New York.
Or you're like Madame LaLaurie or down in New Orleans in the French Quarter there, Madame LaLaurie. Remember the one who?
We have some people who've done that in our circle of music friends. We have a former madam who's also inquired about having my Nobel Prize sperm available.
Well, that's good. At least you can get money on that.
Hey, you know what? A guy's got to do what a guy's got to do. Poor Bonnie's come in. Bonnie, it's great to see you. We haven't seen you in a while, and you've entered into the temple of sin and degradation for at least the next 15 minutes. Today's topic is just weird shit about sex. Like, I'll give you an example.
Weird shit about sex.
People tell this story all the time. I've heard it. This I actually saw with my own 2 eyes, so I cannot do anything but tell you the hard truth of a friend of mine who will also go name it for an obvious reason.
Truth.
Where's your stalker lately? Hopefully she's somewhere in Florida. That would be a good place for her. She's like Florida woman seen today, scene of brutal homicide.
So your hard truth is?
The hard truth has been lost into my cavernous mind palace where I just totally lost track. Some of these comments, like, where's my stalker? Is she here? She found me. She came all this way.
You need to have a safety
Stranger
word.
shit's happened. Oh, so here's the story I was going to tell. It's coming back to me. This is right
Oh,
off.
thank
This
God.
jumps off the weird shit-o-meter. She's waiting for me. Yes, her daddy's been waiting in the tool shed for her as well.
Oh,
Anyway,
God, Jimmy.
it's one of those situations like, Daddy, Daddy, get off my cigarettes. You're crushing me. And then
Oh.
Dad, after it's over, says, Hey, honey, give me a smoke. What can I tell you? These people
I can tell
exist
you
not
it's
only in my mind.
disgusting.
It is
Oh, it's so
disgusting.
gross.
You live in Florida. You're not telling me nothing. I mean, you've seen these people.
No, I have not seen these people. I live in Tampa. I'm not like in like
You're in
in
Dade fucking City, though. You got to tell
yeah,
me this.
but I'm not. I'm like right off the interstate. I'm not like in freaking Ocala and shit like that. I'm not like out in the
Oh, Rick's telling me that fun sex is
yeah.
safe sex.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true, Rick.
That's
You're
like what
right.
I
It
call
is.
lame
It
sex.
is.
That's lame. Fucking
And
who wants to
see.
talk phone sex?
I don't know. A lot of people do. They pay tons of money for that kind of stuff. They pay lots of money.
Yeah.
That's why they have 900 numbers. So someone like me with a voice like mine can talk dirty to you for 5 minutes or 10 minutes.
Kim Pease gets the all-time quote of the day.
Wow. Kim, seriously.
I have to, now that you've opened this can of Saturnalia and fun, let's find out. Did he actually use the blow up doll? Put that back up there, Julie. That's a headline that when people come in, that'll draw them in. I mean,
Yeah.
really, it's like a train wreck that you kind of go, oh God, that's
God, I
fucking
hope
awful.
not. Don't
Holy
tell me
shit.
that. Jeez.
What,
No,
a
I'm
blow
not
up
gonna
doll?
No.
I'm talking. Look, I have to tell you, I've never. I bought a blow up doll, or I think they bought one for my bachelor party at Lee,
Yeah.
wherever the hell it was. Actually, my memory of it's a little foggy, but they had a blow up doll there, and I don't know. We ended up like stabbing it and hanging it up in the front yard on the flagpole or something. I don't remember what we
So
did.
you're doing an Alice Cooper? You're kind of doing an Alice Cooper with like the dolls and crap.
No, we were just actually. The truth is, we were just hammered as shit. Somebody brought that stupid thing as a novelty, and nobody wanted to avail themselves of it. Plus, there was some other entertainment available that kind of surpassed the quality of the blow up doll. Let's just say,
Oh my
Susan,
God, I don't know what you mean, but I'd love for you to elaborate. Maybe not.
elaborate. Well, see, I'm not an expert in this, and as far as Rick, some things cannot be discussed on the screen. I am sorry. Probably when you took it out to the bar with him. Kim, let me just ask you
Kim,
something.
what
You're
the
not
hell?
still with this. You're not
No,
still
it's her.
with this schmo, is she?
She
God,
said it's her.
I
She
hope
said it's
she's
her
not.
ex. No, she said it was her ex.
Oh, okay. It is her ex. Good, because a guy like him, he just,
Mannequin.
Animal House. At least it wasn't a mannequin. Well, tell it all. Something tells me you've seen someone with a mannequin in some kind of carnal distress or whatever the hell they were doing with it.
Oh my God.
It's like something you'd see on Howard Stern, like two chicks sit on a Sybian and try
Not
to keep
that
their shit
word.
together. Oh my gosh.
No. It's just like
Let's just do this. Does anyone here on the show? There's only a few of us here, so you can feel like it won't be broadcast all over the world and rerun.
it is broadcast all over the world.
Oh, I forgot.
Duh.
But tell me, have any of you guys known anybody who's coughed up the change for a Sybian and has one?
Oh,
I want to do
Jesus.
clinical experiments. Hell no. God, thank God, Kim. You're a really sweetheart. And Rick Davis, you're discussing. I prefer to call that a little kinder and gentler word, like George Bush should say, a kinder and gentler world we're trying to build here, and we want to make sure that the Sybian and all these other things are served proper lunch. Everybody, it's for the children.
Oh my
So
God, Irish.
he wants me to
Rick.
discuss. He wants me to discuss the term tuna box. I prefer the term bento box or boxed lunch. Yes, can we send out for 4 box lunches, please? We're having a late meeting. That's great. Okay, yes, on my black card. There's all kinds of way to entertain people. Tell us about the male prostitute that I hooked you up with last week. Were his services acceptable?
Oh yeah, he was so great. I didn't even realize he was there.
Yeah, you always do like men with a beard. Any rate, we're gonna leave that alone right now. We're not gonna go
Oh my
rummaging through. We're not
god.
gonna rummage through Julie's panty box.
Why? Everybody else does.
Well, have you had anybody rooting through it lately?
Are you kidding? Every day is my life. What the hell are you talking about? Jesus.
Oh man,
Do you not know? You
again,
have been a part of my life for like over 2 decades. I mean, seriously, come on now.
let me ask you, what is the most fucked up come on you've ever had, Julie?
Oh God, that normally I have something like that locked and loaded because it doesn't take much. But the worst one, I don't know. I mean, you get a lot of those cliche ones. Hey, baby, are you in pain? Because it must have hurt when you fell from heaven.
Oh Lord Almighty, that is fucking lame.
And I'm
What
like,
kind of douchebag comes up with a line that bad?
a lot. And then it's hey baby, we don't have to fuck. We just have to. I just want to hold you and kiss you and stroke you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Let's just do
yeah.
that.
You know how it starts with me? It's just like, hey, you want a back rub?
That's
Proven,
another one.
proven. It's proven though. That actually, if you know how to give a back rub or a foot rub or the full body massage, you can either have somebody who's real happy to see you, or they run screaming, "Have I seen you before?" Oh,
Dude,
I
Susan,
think
if somebody
another
says
one
that
is,
to
are
you,
you a model? Actually, when I was younger, I used that a couple times at like
are
the
you a
Swedish,
model?
yeah, like this bikini chicks jumping around.
Oh.
Oh, the exotic erotic in San Francisco. Holy shit! Now we're talking, Cam.
Is that like the
That's a party.
castle?
I don't think so. I think it's just basically in 20 blocks downtown somewhere. All
No,
kind of fuckery.
is it like the
Go ahead.
castle, the club in Ybor? Is it like the castle, the
Yeah, but
club?
over a 10 block area.
Oh,
Everything
okay.
from soup to nuts. And now that we have 60 or 70 separate gender types that we have to keep up with, there's Pam. She's confessing the truth here. The back rub and the lotion game is on. I'm not going to brag, but these hands have skills, man. What can I tell you? Never had anybody complain about a neck rub or back rub or any kind of rub for that matter. Not that,
Oh, good.
So Pam Ryan, oh, Rick's making a move. He's coming around the home stretch. He's rounding second. He's coming. He's sliding. He's sliding.
He's
Oh, he's
hoping for a
out.
home run.
He's hoping. Well,
Hoping for a home run. Grand
oh,
slam.
oh, riding it
And
home, slamming it into the
tagged
dugout.
out.
Yeah, let's see what else we've got here. Take it out. No, no, that's not happening, Rick. And as far as your question, I do prefer the bearded clam to the unbearded. I'm not 3 or 4, so we can debate the bush all you want. But if you have some lady who's really exotic, she'll find interesting things to do down there to entice you or to at least entertain. I must say, I've seen a heart, which was kind of cool, and I saw a straight, perfect triangle, but it was upside down like the Pink Floyd triangle. It was sitting there. It wasn't the usual that kind of triangle pointing down. It was clearly a triangle. Any rate, that was exotic. I can't get any. Let's see, a big Halloween party with clothes optional. Oh, we can get talking about clothing optional. A lot of you have already suffered through these grim tales of nude stocks come and gone. Nude stocks, an event that, for all I know, is still being held in the musty woods around Dade City, or wherever the hell it is. Jules, I think we need to send you up there to that place and perhaps do a live report. You can meet some new friends. You're gone. Irish is here.
Hey,
Hey, Julie's just disappeared with your entrance.
she's disappeared with my.
Julie,
Well,
I can't hear you.
since we're on that subject, I hate to enter Julie and have her disappear. I mean, that'd be terrible.
I've got to hear it. We're talking sex, so we're gonna get your insight into the penal experience. I'm
Well,
sorry.
oh God. Well,
That was a
I know
tough
that you were
question to
talking
just walk into the room.
Yeah, inappropriate come-ons. I heard that one in the thing. I think my most inappropriate come-on was some dude sliding a freaking nickel sack under my prison door talking about, how you doing?
How
I was
you
like,
doing, nigga? Oh, he had
I'm
the
doing
Barry
good.
White thing going.
Oh, yeah. It was terrible. He brought his big radio down. It was just, Kim, how you doing? It was just, yeah, no, it was one of those things like, dude, I guess, yeah, I don't know what to really tell you. Thanks for the weed. Get the fuck out of my doorway.
Yeah, right. There you go. Well, I'm going to question if any of you ladies live down south. I know Julie has for quite some time. Florida's not really down south in this classical sense, as we have far too many New Jersey residents and New Yorkers, and we've all
No, yeah.
populated the east and west coast. Anywhere,
We're
Florida's great as long as you stay. Say it again.
Carpetbagger. I'm a carpetbagger.
Carpetbagger. Yes, you are.
Remember from social studies in like junior
I
high?
do. And tell me, what's in your carpet bag, Julie? Do you have any implements of destruction or, personal?
No, I'm just the never mind.
I enjoyed in Fight Club the allusion to the dildo, that when you go through the airport and they find a dildo vibrating in the bag, they always refer to the second person, not the first person, as in your dildo. That's in the dildo. So the dildo is like, don't ask, don't tell, kind of a thing. And if it's running, they actually, someone had to write a manual that told someone how to deal with this fucking emergency. Early after 9/11, people would, like, you'd have been surrounded by a SWAT team for the vibrating fucking dildo that you've got in your purse or whatever. And then, everybody's, okay, it's time for cavity searches for everyone. Some big woman, looks like she got it. She migrated. She's the dreamer from Russia who came here because she did cavity searches in Moscow for 40 fucking years. The TSA said, we got a place for you, Helga. Shit, man. You imagine you hear that sound.
Helga. Her name's Helga?
I don't know what her name was, but she was a big, ugly woman.
Oof.
It does. One of the weirdest things I encountered was at the train station in Brussels, in Europe. There was it was a unisex bathroom, which means anything from the 68 flavors could wander in and out. Didn't matter. And me, I love everybody. I don't care what you do on the weekend. Oh, please. Anyhow, while I was walking in, I noticed a big babushka. Now, this is my first experience in a sex neutral, or whatever the hell they call it these days. And so I got in there and I'm waiting in line and I'm marveling at the efficiency of it. Must have been a Hummer. It's one way of putting it. So, at any rate, while I'm standing there, they separate us. The babushka waves you in. And let me just tell you a tip from the wise. Do not forget to tip the woman. She'll chase you down. And I'm not kidding. I saw her run out after a couple of people bitching about her tip. And when a 400-pound woman with a mop in her hands and a box of rubber gloves chases you, run. Trust me. During this whole transaction, I'm waiting, and she finally points at me to walk up to the urinal. Well, at this point, standing behind me was a huge man. Yes, we're going to go to break after this little spellbinding tale. Basically, the guy was standing there with his cock out in the full view of God and everybody, and he was like standing behind me. And you can just picture me. I'm kind of like... Then you get up there and you're trying to go, and you got this guy with his cock in his hand right behind you. It was troubling and concerning. At any rate, on that uplifting note, we're talking sex today. We want to hear your tales of fun, the bizarre, and the fun and freaky, and whatever you do, tell it all. Tell it all. It's a place to get it off your chest. We're out of here. We're going to a break.
So my dumb ass got drunk, and I tripped, of course, and I hit a pole. So, just my luck.
Hi, I'm trumpeter Greg Adams, and I'm live with Neve.
I'm back. So we have this intriguing question from the environs of Bucks County. Rick, would I do Hillary Clinton? Well, let's see. For the right price, why not? Huma can jump in. I've never done a former Madam Secretary or a presidential wife. Closest I've gotten is to like the outside of the Marriott Wardham Hotel in fucking Washington D.C. while I was at some New Jersey congressional dinner actually, and it was like the most lame rubber chicken fucking waste of a bunch of money. But I will tell you, politics and sex go along really great. I had a great time that night. I was sitting with a bunch of hot women from the Junior League of DC, and that was back in the day when I still imbibed a little bit of alcohol on occasion. It's been said. So we get there. We've got this whole room. We got the Air Force band. We've got the governor of New Jersey talking. We got all kinds of craziness. And I'd come down on a train that they've been running for the past 100 years called the Walk to Washington. All the senators, anybody who's anybody in New Jersey is on this train. I met several governors that day, former governors, future governors, and I have never in my life had such a distilled sales. I literally took and counted the number of hands I shook that day, and I hit 350 people, had all their business cards, and I was wheeling and dealing, and that's where it's at. But all these ladies sitting at the table around me, they were having a relatively good time talking about their latest, investments and, their wondrous works of Junior League, which we love them all. They're wonderful women. But the one thing missing at the table was anything to drink. Nothing. So I'm there on an expense account rather, and I just decided to knock the party up a bit. The waiter came over and I told him to make sure we all had enough wine. Go get us a bottle. It was the most. I bought four of them, and they were like, when I got my bill after I checked out of the hotel, the Marriott, I looked at my bill, and each of those bottles cost me $250. We
Oh
went
my
through four
god,
of them.
dude.
So I just like immediately I burned through it, and you know what? It was great. I had the time of my life that night. I'm
I
just going to
bet
leave
you
it there.
did.
We fade to black, and I will just tell you, I had a wonderful experience in Washington D.C. It was a lot of fun, and to all you Junior League ladies, hats off to you. You know how to make the world a better, happy place. Um, and Kuiper's on here. I'm going to jump for the right. Let's see here. Kuiper,
He,
are you a virgin 13 times over? I don't know. Brian, we love you, man. Pam's going for costumes for incitement and humor. I do too. I
enticement.
find the Yeti costumes quite the thing.
Oh god. Oh dude.
Oh man, you're hired. You are our new voice of Chewbacca. Definitely.
Dude.
Iris never fails to come up with new talent. The man is full of great secrets. I'm telling you. You
We
could
haven't
make
even gotten to
big.
the sex talk yet.
Oh yeah, we haven't.
Yeah, we did, but it wasn't with Irish. So why don't you guys go ahead and rip it away? Let it rip. Go for it.
Oh God! So I mean,
Yeah.
well, now let's talk about when you don't have a lot of sex in your life for a long period of time. And I heard you guys talking about like dolls and stuff like that. So in prison, right? You get a new porn picture, not a book, not a video, not a Pornhub thing, a picture. It is the greatest day ever in prison. So you to get your new picture.
Do they
You're
pass
just
them
so
around
happy.
like trading cards?
Oh, that thing looked like a sticky disaster after everyone. It's no good, dude. Just use your gloves. Don't just put it up on the thing and don't touch it. Don't touch
I
it.
would think after a while you could just stick it to the wall and all would be well.
Most of the time it was stuck to the wall, but your goal, your end goal
Bye.
is to get by Jules is to get the picture. So you
Oh
get this
yes.
freaking picture, right? And then you go, okay, I managed to pay like $10 for one picture, and I was like, okay, this is my sex life for a long period of time, with the exception of one time in prison. I did have sexual relations with a female prison guard.
Oh wow, good for you, man.
Yep, and I'm gonna
Score, my
share it.
man.
And I'm gonna share it
Oh,
live with Nick.
it's like
So,
Live with Oz.
oh
That
man,
show
like
Oz.
listen. Well, I think I was probably 22 or so, and I'm not gonna say her name, and I'm not gonna say where I was at, but
No.
the 22-year-old kid is stacked up. I mean, I'm about 195 pounds. I got a 30-inch waist, 23-inch arms. I'm just stupid. And this
Right.
chick likes me, right? I got hair down to my ass. I play in a freaking rock and roll band. I'm trying to live that dream, brother. And so
Right.
I started working as a porter in one of the school areas. So there's all these offices back there. Now the deputy warden's office is back there. This is like number 2 in the whole facility. And I got to go take
Right.
this clown. I got to take this guy's trash out every fucking day. And it's a little degrading, but you do something to make money. And she would always come in there with me. So after about 3.5 years of working, it was like she went in there and she bent over in front of me. I'm like, do I grab it? Because if I'm wrong, they will turn me into a freaking a punching bag all the way to
I was going to say
segregation.
you're going to get a beat into solitary, no doubt.
No, and be all the way there, and then your food will come flying in on trays. It'll hit the wall.
Yes.
You better, if you're hungry, you'll eat it. So.
Yes.
So I'm like, okay, tough motherfucker, you're doing life. You may never get out. You may never get this chance again. You better do it. And so I'm sweating bullets, man. I probably smelt like Bigfoot's dick. And I just grabbed her. And then it happened, man. Right on the deputy warden's desk.
Did you get a repeat? I mean, did this continue? Do you have a long and meaningful relationship?
No. It was a one-time shot. It was probably in the spank bank memories that we all carry with us as men. This was probably top 2 or 3 that I've carried throughout my life. And so
Well, that's pretty cool. I have to say, you get 10 points on the dude scale for that one. I have to
oh
tell you a
bro.
funny story. Similar kind of a thing. Although I wasn't incarcerated, I was in boarding school. And along with all the other little trust fund bastards that were there, I was not one of them, unfortunately. But I, I learned things. And one day I happened to be in the dean's office for some minor transgression. Could have been the girls' dorm like one too many times, or any number of shit. Smoking weed in the dorm, which was really frowned on.
Really? I never
But
would have guessed that.
right while waiting on the dean, I noticed the key box for the whole school open. So while waiting for him, I went over and helped myself to a master key for the whole campus. And so I had all kinds of exciting adventures, but the one that was the most funny was I I used to go up and take my girlfriend into this guy's office, and we'd do it on the desk. At any rate, this went on kind of regularly. I just thought it was funny. I almost wanted to make a notch on the door every time we did it because our dean,
Absolutely.
my dean didn't care for my carefree and wild ways. Being a rock and roll drummer, I was like you. I was like 16, 15 years old. I was a horny little bastard, and I found this really a great place to have a tryst. But one of those nights after we were done, we were enjoying, I guess they call it the afterglow. And I started looking around. We were just sitting there. There's a big carpet on the floor. We were laying on there, smoking a cigarette, that kind of deal. And
That's
I noticed
freaking
that
great.
there was a big box of Duraflame logs there. Okay. And I stole one and I brought it back to the dorm. And I had been to Florida by driving. I drove down to Florida with my roommate over the summer. And we picked up, allegedly, a huge quantity of fireworks of varying strengths in South Carolina. And allegedly, we brought back party favors for the freshmen because they were kind of dim. And, once you moved up in the hierarchy, it's not like prison at all because the real rich twats, they were my best customers and some of the dumbest people I've ever met. They're like, hey, especially, I mean, I'm talking people's family names you've heard, like a big certain family from Boston that's been kind of big in politics over the decades. We're talking Kennedy kids, Lippincott Publishing kids, talking the people who make a hell of a lot of money. It's a club that we're not in. But
No.
I took that log filled it full of fireworks. And then on my next tryst, I brought it in my backpack down to the girls' dorm, and her and I hooked up, got some beers, went up to the office, did our thing, and then I just placed the log back in the box of logs. So
With
picture
the
this. They're in
fireworks in
there
it.
about a month later, I happened to be in the classroom below doing
Oh
history
no.
class. And I'm just sitting there. I've pretty much forgotten all about this little extravaganza that I've set up. So
Until now.
there was literally like a whole half a box of black cat firecrackers that were like all just stuffed in there. You can like literally cut the whole thing out and hollow out a log-sized portion of it, and then just pack it over the end. So they're in the middle of their staff meeting, and all of a sudden, all fucking hell breaks loose. It sounds like there's somebody with a machine gun walking around shooting shit. There's
So
chunks of
did you know, like, when
duraflame
it started
log.
happening, did it just like click in your head, like, oh my God?
Oh, I have to tell you, I looked like the guiltiest bastard in the room. I'm sitting there myself going, I'm trying desperately not to just fucking bust out laughing. And I had that look like only people who are constipated or laughing and trying to hold it in have. It's just like, I'm sitting there.
I know that
It
one.
went on. This went on. It seemed like a minute. You know, I mean, it was every time it started went blah 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 blah, then blah blah blah. And then finally, when I went up and I talked to the teacher, my science teacher, I could not give away that I was involved in any of this shit. But he told me, he goes, it was crazy. And then being a science teacher, he was trying to give implausible reasons why it could have been an effective Duraflame log, which to me, I immediately lost all respect for him as a science teacher because there's no way a goddamn air pocket in a Duraflame log is going to cause multiple rounds of fire explosions. It blew down the mantle, the screen in front of the thing. They had this, and it literally the big chunk of it just knocked it over. And then there was chunks of this shit.
Oh,
People, we can
no.
hear them downstairs running into the hallway. Pandemonium. They're like, should we turn on the fire alarm? You know, there's all fucking pandemonium going on.
And you're in your mind just sitting there going, it was me.
That was just great fun. And my girlfriend fucking laughed her ass off. You know, I mean, it caused this big hubbubaloo, however you pronounce that, hullabaloo. And I just sort of sat back and didn't say much.
No.
That's, you know, that was a fun time. So, you know, we all have our weird times. Let's see.
Oh,
We
buddy,
got
you have no
Irish gotta
idea.
go home. Holy moly. I like Pam Ryan. I agree. You get 10 points in the man club for just like doing a prison guard.
Well,
That's
I mean, listen, it was like, okay, at this time, I'm like in my 20s, may never ever get out.
dude,
This may be the one time I got to do it.
listen, that woman could have looked like Olga the demon barber of Fleet Street and been a big 400-pound woman. I don't know any man if he hasn't seen a woman and he likes women. You know, it's like lots of guys will hit a fat chick and won't admit it, but truth is, everybody's done it. In fact, for all the ladies out there who are a little big, so what? I mean, you know, we all
Don't
get what
care.
we got. I
Don't
don't
care.
judge a book by its cover. And, you know, all I can say is everybody deserves some loving. And we all deserve to find somebody good. I'm getting a warning here on private chat. We're going to go to break 3 minutes late. Thank you, Julie. We're out of here. We're going to be right back with more Perv Talk. Hi, everybody. Neve from Live with Neve. We're just having a little fun driver here, so please PayPal me / at Live with Neve. All right. We're going to take.
Pardon me. Excuse me.
Apparently, somebody's downstairs doing some interesting things. Julie, what in God's name have you got going on in your room right now? Where are your parents?
Oh yeah.
Are your folks home when we do the show? Do they sit there and wonder what kind of filth and degradation your friends drag you into?
Whole
I
house
have
starts
no
shaking, and it's like Jumanji.
idea what you're
Yes.
talking about at all. I don't know. You guys are just messed up.
Babe in
Little
Toyland.
piggy.
You know, why is it that every time a sound effect like a glorious pig squeal, which some people in the animal husbandry business find attractive, why is it that it goes away? What
That's
happens is
exactly what it
it
sounded like.
mutes my sound every time it pops up. It's muting my sound. So I
It
don't
does it
hear
for
the
all
actual
of us.
pig squeal.
Oh, you don't.
It's gotten weird. StreamYard's changed their shit, and it's confusing at times because that didn't used to happen.
Mm.
But enough about that. So
So what
we
about
pretty much
like
wasted the. Go ahead.
What
what
you say?
about like we've come into this day and age all of a sudden where sex is a taboo. And I think it's one of the stupidest fucking things in the history of humanity. Because back in Roman times, back in the pagan times, back in all of these other times, like you would just walk into public baths and there's orgies going on.
Right,
Like
Right.
right,
full on
right, right.
orgy. And
It's
so
like if
we
you're a
have now come
noble.
to a point, if you suppress it, somehow or another it creates creepiness. You know what I mean? So the more you suppress that shit, the
Right.
creepier you get. You know, you
Well,
want to talk
absolutely,
about,
because people always
I'm
want to one up
upstanding
each other.
citizen.
Listen, I know a
Creeper.
group of people here in a town that I lived that's just across the river and south of me a little bit. I lived there for quite a while, and there was a group of people in one neighborhood that if you can't swing, it ain't a thing. There was like a whole neighborhood full of wife swappers and shit. And I think there's a sociological study there waiting to be had because I'm curious. Oh, hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got ya.
I can't hear you.
What now?
Okay, you can hear me?
Yep.
I can't hear you because my earbuds. I'm going to have to just step out for a moment.
Well, we've got
Uh,
8 minutes,
keep the phones
so
running. I can't hear you. I'll be right
Gotcha.
back.
we've got eight
So
minutes. So, anyways, Irish, how's it going?
it's going good, Jules. How are you?
Good. So, what were you gonna say?
But you think about that. They did a study, and you can look it up. It's literally the free love monkeys. Okay,
Okay.
so there's a whole society of monkeys that don't have like the male dominant nonsense going on like we constantly have in our little primate world,
I
and
see.
it is a non-violent tribe of chimpanzees, one of the most violent animals in the world. But
Right.
because they all have like this free love society thing going, there's no
They're called
violence.
bonobos, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so you've
Hey,
heard you've
I've
heard
can't
heard
of
a
it.
see
little
you.
bit about it. It's pretty neat.
He's in the dark. He may be
I don't know. He's
all
lurking.
this sex talk got him riled up.
Neil, where'd you go? Oh, he left again. Oh my gosh. Well, we've got like a few
It
minutes.
was
So
it
yes.
was the camel noises. The camel noises is what did it. But
Is
I
it?
I think that we've kind of come to a point in our society where it's become so taboo. I just fucking ridiculous. Like if you're a guy and you have sex with 1,000 women, you are the man. If you are a woman, then you do that shit. You are somehow
Oh, I
You're a
know.
it's like
whole
it's the
a
dumbest
whore.
shit
Such a
ever.
double standard for
A
women. They
whore.
can't
It
win on
is.
that one.
Hood, yes, whores.
You know,
These whores.
it's kind of weird how
Like,
our society has become much more enlightened regarding not being a Cro-Magnon about who people. Why does anybody care who anybody sleeps with? It's certainly above my pay grade to tell anybody who to love.
it's
And
nobody's business.
I mean, it's nobody's business.
Like everything else in your life, nobody's business.
Well, other than our business, because it's our business to tell the world about all the beautiful and gratifying experiences they can have in this glorious life we live.
Of
I just
course,
think the
yes.
world would be a much better place if we spent more time on, the free love aspect and the general love aspect and the kindness aspect, as opposed to wars, bombs, and
Oh,
stupidity.
absolutely. I would say
Absolutely,
fucking
yeah.
before fighting is always, preferred course of action.
Isn't that
Pick
what
up
the
a gun and go
60s?
fight in a war, or go have sex all day long.
I was going to say, I've known couples that do that all the time. They do it for 10 years. They fight, they fuck, and they hate each other. And then every once a month or so, they do the obligatory bang. And both of them walk away unhappy. You know, lots of women are out there. They got dickheads for husbands. Same thing with guys. You never know who you marry if they're going to go psycho on you. I mean, it happens. You never know. You might end up with. Did you ever meet any women murderers during your time of incarceration?
Oh, well, yeah, of course. So I used to write really provocative stories and sell them to the female prisoners in pen pals.
Man, you are the pimp, man. You are pimping.
You got the prison erotica going on, baby.
The whole new.
Oh, and I got good at it too, right? Like they would write me all in, and I would get all these requests from and listen, you want to talk about some real ass women? Go to the prison system and you will find the real down ass chicks because they will tell you, yeah, I just want to fucking get on top and ride that hot motherfucker that you got. That's what I'm talking about today, and I'm not going to hold it up.
And you know what? Girls.
Good for you. Girls. Absolutely. Bless their all their pretty little hearts.
And it's a certain zestiness to the whole endeavor.
So I want to say, remember, we did all this in the 60s, and
I did it.
I was
born in 61. I think I started about 71. No.
So here I mean, I agree. I think cannabis is going to be one of the big things that saves the world if everyone could.
Well, it's sort of like Quaaludes. They changed the world. They redefined what a date rape drug was. Hence, it was so bad they had to take them off the market. And I will tell you,
I made you some special pudding.
Watch your ass.
Here, I've got this juice I made just for you. It's great. Here, why don't you try some?
A little date rape. I got to tell you something, guys. If you're into that shit, please don't watch my show because you're so fucked up. Who the hell wants some chick passed out like while you're doing the nasty on her? She doesn't even know. She's not.
And the crazy shit is,
you got to be a really creepy fucker.
But that's what happens. That's the suppression thing, as opposed to saying, "Look, it's not taboo. Hey, listen, I like you, you like me. Let's just go have some fun and then see you tomorrow or the next day or never."
Some chick wakes up, obviously been like fucking hammered like shop meat. And, I'm sorry. Some pervert gets away with it. If he does get away with it, he'll do it again. I mean, the people who have the wrong idea of what sex is all about.
It's not about sex for rapists, though. It's about power.
It's about power. And it's about rage and domination, and it's fucked up. I mean, I like a woman who likes a little bit of.
They're no fucking good, man. I knew a lot of them.
Let's fucking ride this cowboy.
Is that true? Is that true, Irish? That prison mates that they absolutely hate, like child rapist or rapist in general.
Oh yeah,
is that true?
There's a hierarchy in there, and pedophiles.
Do they have a time? Like, is there a shelf life to the average pedophile getting in there before he's dead?
Well, I mean, it depends on what they did and how high profile the case was. Right. So if it's all over the news and shit like that, and this guy isn't, some horrible motherfucker, I mean, he comes in and everybody will turn their back on him and they'll let the predators get him. Right. So they become shop meat.
Yeah. So not just child rapists, but rapists in general. I just want to clarify.
Well, the crazy thing about that is that as far as the rapist thing goes, it depends on who you're clicked up with. Now, bikers are notorious for that shit, and so are gangs. They're notorious, and they don't care.
But they hate it. But they hate child molesters.
Oh yeah.
So it's
they're a strange lot, man. They are a weird.
That is a whole. I will not do a show about my experience with various bikers groups as a musician, and I have a few scary stories. I have a few funny ones. I have a couple that are just great fun that I just have to tell you is one of the best times of my life with some of these folks.
Some of my best guys, man. Some of my best guys are bikers. One of my really, really good friends, man, he just died recently, about a year ago. But he was just like, very few people will go out in a crowd. I mean, they'll talk that shit, but I got into a little altercation out on the handball court, and this guy knew I was going back for resentencing. And he's like, Irish, don't do it, man. I'm like, yeah, it's got to happen. And the next thing, he got in front of this guy. He didn't really know me. We became really great friends after that. He was a good guy.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
oh, gosh.
listen, guys, we've had a lot of fun today. We're just sitting here talking. Please, if anybody's offended, don't be. We have our quota of fainting goats.
Don't be a fainting goat. Let's talk about sex. It's fine.
Absolutely. So look, whatever fun you have in the barnyard, keep it there. We don't want to hear about it. Okay. Look, everybody, we've had great fun. They're going to be back live tomorrow, 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. We're going to have a great show for you, and we can't wait to talk. Take care, guys. I'll see you on the go round.
Bye, guys. Bye. See you soon.